So David De Gea was top of the pile for Premier League number ones, and because of the way numbers work, this time we're going to look at those Premier League players donning the number 2. Of the 20 Premier League teams, Everton, Fulham, Liverpool and Southampton all don't have a number 2, so kicking us off in 16th place is Lee Peltier. A Liverpool Academy product, this season has seen the 32-year-old make his Premier League debut, having spent most of his days either in the Championship or League One. Peltier is old-fashioned in his approach, but isn't able to get any higher than 16th on our list here. 15th goes to Joel Ward. Merely a backup option now following the emergence of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Joel Ward hardly gets a kick at Selhurst Park nowadays. He was a Premier League regular before Wan-Bissaka rocked up, and Ward can't really have any arguments for featuring low on this list. Fortunately for him though, he's got a Palace contract until 2021, so he'll not really be asked. 14th place is Tommy Smith. The Huddersfield captain was brilliant when the Terriers won promotion, providing brilliant width for David Wagner's side. But over the past 2 years his influence has waned, as Smith, along with his Huddersfield teammates, has struggled to command a place in the Premier League. The captain really let himself down recently, picking up an early red card for a wild challenge on Newcastle's Miguel Almiron. 13th place is Bruno. Considering the lad's now 38 years old, you've got to give Bruno some credit. The club captain might have slipped down the pecking order at the Amex, but when he's called upon, he's still able to do a solid job on the right side of defence despite his ageing body. The Spaniard is a Brighton veteran nowadays, arriving in 2012 and making more than 200 appearances for the Seagulls. At 12 we've got Kieran Clark. The centre-back's reputation was on the floor when he was relegated with Aston Villa, but Kieran Clark has restored some pride at Newcastle. He helped guide the Magpies back to the Premier League and he's been solid enough when called upon in the top flight, although it's fair to say he isn't one of the first choice centre-backs at St James's Park nowadays. But to his credit, Clark is still a massive goal threat with 3 goals to his name this season. 11th place is Simon Francis. The Bournemouth captain has been a key part of the Cherries climbing the divisions, arriving in 2011 when the club were in the 3rd tier of English football. Francis has been a constant figure in the side, performing admirably in the Championship and the Premier League. He's bold on the ball, clearly buying into Eddie Howe's brand of football, and now aged 34, minutes are a little bit more of a rarity, but he's still an impressive number 2 in the top flight. Into the top 10 we go with Matthew Lowton. The countdown continues with the Burnley man, who can be a reliable figure on the right side of defence. Lowton hasn't been involved as much this season, but that doesn't make him a bad player, and he's one that's been important to Sean Dyche in years gone by. Number 9 is Danny Simpson. The Leicester defender is incredibly a Premier League winner, taking part in that amazing Foxes campaign. He's always been a solid enough right back, doing his defensive duties while not really getting too involved defensively. Simpson is a veteran of winning promotion, doing so 3 times in his career, while he's doing his best to cling on at the King Power Stadium, with minutes becoming limited under Claude Puel. Will that change under Brendan Rodgers? 8th place goes to Daryl Janmaat. That's back-to-back ex-Newcastle right-backs, as Daryl Janmaat got his Premier League break at the Magpies. He joined Watford in 2016, costing £7.5 million. He was handed the number 2 shirt and has been a consistent performer for the Hornets, though he certainly looks a lot better now that he shaved his head rather than that spaghetti bonnet he was donning previously. At 7 we've got Winston Reid. A man that we've not seen a long time due to injury, Winston Reid was a strong centre-back before he was ruled out of action, which is why teams bigger than West Ham wanted to sign him. The New Zealander is a presence at the back and one that you'd want in your team, although his injury woes have certainly hindered his reputation in the top flight. Maybe we've put him a little bit too high in fairness. Oh well. 6th place is Hector Bellerin. If the Spaniard ate meat, he'd be much higher than 6th, but no, he's just a little weedy vegan. Of course I jest, but the Gunners right back hasn't really matched the expectations that were bestowed on him at such a young age. But still, he's a valuable asset to have, even just for his ludicrous pace up and down the flank, although that hasn't stopped him feeling the wrath of Arsenal fans TV. 5th place is Kieran Trippier. Across North London we go to Tottenham and Kieran Trippier, and I promise I'm not going to get all giddy and talk about that free kick again. Christ, I've done it again. Trippier hasn't had a vintage year compared to last, but his delivery out wide is still wicked. The quality is there, the lads have seen a bit of a rut, but we're still fans of Kieran, and that's why you take 5th place in our Premier League number 2s. At 4 is Matt Doherty. The fact that the Wolves man is this high is a testament to how well he's done this season. The right wing back has been a revelation, standing alongside the league's best in his first full season as a Premier League player. In Nuno's system, Doherty is a machine, and despite being a defender, is so influential in the final third. And to think, he wasn't considered good enough for the Republic of Ireland until last year. 3rd goes to Victor Lindelof. Big Vic had a difficult debut year in the Premier League, but slowly started to get it together, and this season's proven why it cost the Red Devils so much money in 2017. The Swedish centre-half is now much more comfortable in English football, not looking like the transfer disaster he once was. Lindelof is enjoying a great run of form, and everyone at Manchester United will be praying it continues, especially Ed Woodward, as he won't have to spend any more money. Runner-up is Antonio Rüdiger. Another Premier League number 2 who didn't have the best debut season in England, Antonio Rüdiger has also turned things around and then some. The German has received a lot of praise on this channel and he totally deserves it. Chelsea haven't had a lot shouted about lately, but his form is a massive positive amidst all the doom and gloom. The 26-year-old is a leader, and we're considering him the second best number 2 in the Premier League. And the Premier League's best number 2 is Kyle Walker. Manchester City missed the first video of this series, but their man Kyle Walker is straight in at number 1 for the Premier League number 2s. The right back cost Pep Guardiola a lot of money, well not him personally, but he's definitely been worth it. Fullbacks are essential to a Pep Guardiola side, which is why so much was spent on Walker. He's progressed a lot in years gone by, going from just a pace merchant to oddly playing centre back at a World Cup. He didn't win that, but he's won this, so that's something at least. There we go, Kyle Walker picks up the win. Let us know if we made the right decision in the comments below, and we'll join you next time with the Premier League number 3s. Cheers for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.